Hi everyone, welcome back to His Beloved Ministry. I am Renee and this is my son Malik. And I wanted to come on and share a dream that the Lord gave my son about President Trump. And so Malik, go ahead on and tell the dream.
Okay, so it's kind of a long story, but this is the most important part. So I was at the White House, but it looked like Will Smith, like
The Fresh Prince.
the Fresh Prince house. And so I was there, and Mr. Trump was talking to me, and I was talking to him, but I didn't really understand what he was saying. And so he was saying something to me, and then he left. And then he went to the White House, which aka Will Smith, Fresh Prince house. And he went there, and then Biden was sitting in a chair, and sitting in his chair. And he got Biden, he grabbed him, and if you watch Fresh Prince, you will know that Jazz in Fresh Prince and Will Smith's uncle in Fresh Prince used to throw Jazz out.
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil. And that's the kind of same thing that happened with Biden. Trump seen him, he grabbed him and threw him outside, and Biden landed on his face in dirt. And so that's when Trump went inside the White House. He sat down and he put his feet on the table, and he relaxed and kicked back and relaxed.
So what the interpretation of that dream was that the Lord gave us this dream probably like in 2022. And so I knew that when my son gave me the dream that the Lord was saying that Trump was going to become president again. And so I know that many people may not like Trump because they feel like he have character flaws. Honestly, this is not about, Trump versus Biden. It's really about, righteous versus evil. And if you are a Christian, Trump is really trying to stand up for the things that are biblical. I'm not here to proclaim his righteousness or his Christianity, but when we have a choice to vote for something, we want to vote for things that align with the Word of God. We want to vote for things and support things or the person who will uphold biblical principles. Back in 2020, when the election happened, the Lord showed me that he gave me Revelation 2:20, and he was talking about the Jezebel spirit leading his children into sexual immorality and idolatry. And so the Lord was showing me that that Biden and Kamala, that they will be the ones used by the enemy to, push forth sexual immorality and idolatry into the nation amongst the children. And we see that they have done this by passing laws, saying that children can choose their sexual gender or they can get reassignments and all of these different things at just the age of eight years old. It's a clip where Biden said that to a mom back in 2020. And so this guy was never fit mentally, morally to be a president. He doesn't stand for things that that God would want us to support. And like I said, this is not about being a Trump supporter. We are Jesus supporters. We are people who want to live according to what the Bible teaches us, the way Jesus taught us to live, and teach our children principles of God. And so what we see Biden and Kamala and them, they're going against the Word of God, but it's about the laws that they're putting into the land. And this is what the Jezebel spirit did. She led God's children off into sexual immorality and idolatry and rebellion, and she was a wicked queen, and her husband Ahab was a wicked king. They influenced him to do things that were against God's laws. And so we want to put into law things that line up with the word, with the Bible. And so abortion is wrong. You know, I'm not here to judge anybody who has had an abortion, but these things are wicked in the sight of God. You know, allowing children to be to change their gender, to even penalize parents who won't acknowledge their children who decide to change their gender, and the way that they support the LGBT. When God created the earth in the beginning, he created a man and a woman, not two women or not two men. And they are confusing the children by this LGBT movement. And they're pushing this on a generation to make our children be conditioned with how they're using, you know, sexuality as something casual, that you could just choose who you want to marry or choose what your identity would be. No, God put things into divine alignment, laws of what God put into place. And so, you know, choosing your own gender and your own sexuality and all of this different stuff, it's a bunch of confusion, and God is not a God of confusion. And so what they're doing is, these people are so confused, and they are trying to confuse everybody else, especially the children. They are totally against, you know, God and what he has taught us in the word. And so I just wanted to share this dream that my baby gave, because I want people to understand that this is not about voting for Trump. It's all about what is righteous versus evil. Okay, so we want to stand on the side that is choosing to put in place laws that will support biblical principles. Okay, so I pray that this message, you know, will help somebody see it from a spiritual perspective and recognize that we're in a spiritual war and we're not enemies. We need to come together as God's children, and we need to pray for our nation, our leaders, our children, because we are all under attack. You know, women are under attack. Biden them, Kamala them, all of them support this movement about what is a woman. We know what a woman is. God set this foundation into earth from the beginning, what a woman and what a man is. And so this is all a bunch of confusion. And so we don't want to be a part of confusion. We want to be a part of truth, to realize that this is a spiritual war against us. The enemy is always trying to divide, to conquer us, to lead us into confusion, to lead us against the word of God. When we all just come together and believe what God has said and stand on truth and support biblical principles, it's not about the person, but it's about the laws that we want to support. Okay, and so yes, God give us free will, but he also give us laws to abide by. Okay, so that everybody won't just be running around doing whatever they want to do. Okay, and so I just pray that this message help you and encourage you to seek the Lord on what's the right decision to make when it comes down to voting. And so God bless you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.